Today's video is all about helping women recover from a mastectomy. Specifically, this video is meant to be early on. I like to call it phase 1 of recovery. It's a balance of trying to protect those incisions that happened from the mastectomy while also getting you started to move a little bit to minimize the scar tissue that potentially can build up, not to mention the possibility of lymphedema, which is that fluid that can often start to accumulate in the arm on the affected side. If you had a lot of lymph nodes removed, or even a few, there is a chance of lymphedema. So movement can be really important in that. Today's class is going to be very simple and straightforward. Again, we're going to ease back into movement. It is not going to be overly strenuous, but it may seem that way because of what you've gone through with the mastectomy being a difficult surgery. So go ahead and find a chair for me. If you have one with a back, that's great. I'm just going to be using this table that I have available to me. But we're just going to start nice and easy. And I want you to sit up tall. And we're just going to start with diaphragmatic breathing. And that's essentially just breathing that allows us to take these deep breaths, that allows us to relax our shoulders as much as possible. It may seem like a simple thing, but that foundation of good diaphragmatic breathing is so important, not only in managing these movements that we'll get into more, but also helping you manage stress and a lot of the maybe very intense feelings that you have going on right now with everything going on. So that diaphragmatic breathing not only can help with movement, but also help you calm your nervous system, which is an important part of healing. So again, we're going to sit up nice and tall. Imagine an invisible string from your tailbone coming out the top of your head. Relax those shoulders down best you can. And I invite you to close your eyes here. And we're going to just take a simple breath in through the nose, trying to really feel that expansion into the front, back, and sides of the ribs, doing your best not to bring those shoulders up into the ears. And then exhale for at least 4 to 8 counts out the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. And if you're able to do this for, minimum of 30 seconds, 2 to 3 times, you might find that it again helps just kind of center you, hopefully helps relax you a little bit. And anytime throughout the day, you can incorporate this diaphragmatic breathing. Maybe it's the first thing when you wake up in the morning, when you're laying in bed. Maybe it's the last thing you do before you go to sleep at night. The more you can incorporate this good breathing pattern, the more effective it's going to be. And again, the ability it has to help regulate that nervous system a little bit. So again, deep inhale, sitting up tall. Again, if you're laying in bed, that's okay too. If you're doing this in the morning or at the end of the night. And I like to kind of make that sound that if you're a yogi, creating that little bit of restriction in the back of the throat as you push it out can again just kind of create that relaxing sensation. Next, we're going to move on a little bit to starting to add some movement in here. Okay. The next exercise we're going to do is I want you to just bring your arms up out in front of you best you can. Maybe it's a little lower than shoulder height initially. Again, the goal is to keep that pain no more than a 4 out of 10. And we're simply going to start to bring our arms out to the side. And this is maybe where you start to feel that pulling or discomfort. And again, just kind of breathe through it. Use that diaphragmatic breathing. We're going to inhale as we come out and exhale as we come in. And maybe you don't get those arms all the way out to a T. This is something, again, we're working into. So maybe it's here and we come back in as we exhale. Inhale as the arms come out. Exhale as the arms come in. The goal is that every time you do this or each day you do this, maybe you get just a few degrees more, just a few inches further than you did the day before. Inhale out. Again, trying to keep the shoulders relaxed best you can. Work on that breathing into the front, back, and sides of the ribs. The goal is we're going to do 2 sets of 10. Go ahead and relax. Do a couple deep breaths in and out if you need to between each set, just to reset both mentally and physically. And then we're going to bring those arms out again. As we inhale, we bring the arms out. Exhale, we bring the arms in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Nice and easy and controlled here. Trying to keep the shoulders relaxed. You might find after a few reps you're able to go just a little bit further, and that's great. Every little centimeter counts. Deep inhale. And exhale. A couple more times. Again, the more we can do this throughout the day, okay, the better or the faster results you're going to see. But again, it's that fine line between we need to protect those incisions while trying to manage getting a little more range of motion each day. And go ahead and relax. If you need to, take a few deep breaths, that diaphragmatic breathing, which again is just relaxing the shoulders and breathing in to the front, back, and sides of the ribs. Sitting up tall. One more time, deep breath. We're going to go ahead and move on to goalpost arms. I'm going to have you bring your arms out in front of you. Imagine that they're sitting on an invisible shelf. Maybe that shelf isn't quite to shoulder height just yet. Maybe it's a little bit below shoulder height, and that's okay. We're going to, again, bring those arms out, and we're going to slide them in. And slide them out on that invisible counter as we inhale. Nice long exhale as we bring the arms in. Inhale. And exhale. Nice and easy. Keeping the shoulders relaxed down best you can. This might just be a lot for you to hold your arms up. Maybe your shoulders are getting tired, and that's okay. Your body's been through a lot. You might not get through 10 reps initially. Maybe you'll have to break it down into 4 sets of 5 reps, and that's okay. Go ahead and take a break. Take some deep breaths in and out. And again, let's go ahead and do another set. Arms up as high as you can, keeping that pain no more than a 4 out of 10. Inhale out. Exhale in. This may seem very simple to you, especially if you're someone who was very active before you had your surgery and before your diagnosis, which is wonderful. The best thing you can do is maintain that active lifestyle while you're going through your treatment and well after your treatment. You may not feel quite the same. You obviously are going through a lot during this time. Even if it's just going for walks every day is a wonderful thing. Inhale out, exhale in. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Couple more times. Last one. And relax the arms down. And again, if you need to, take some deep breaths in between our next exercise. We're going to go ahead and continue to move on here from here. I'd like you to try to lay down for me if you're on the floor. Okay. And just slowly begin to bring yourself down onto the mat or onto the floor. Okay. And then if you're able to, bring those arms up over the shoulders best you can. Maybe you're a little lower here to start. And this is where everybody's range of motion, especially if this is your first attempt to really move those arms. Okay. It might not be a lot of range of motion initially, and that's okay, but it will, if you continue, get better with time. So we're just going to let those arms come overhead a little bit. Just past, that shoulder height. We don't want to go too far. Listen to your body. Notice what you're feeling. Again, we don't want you in extreme pain. Okay, and then bring those arms back to that 90-degree position over the shoulders. Again, coming back, maybe it's just 15 degrees you get today, and that's okay. We're easing into it. Again, we're coming into that breathing to help. Inhale as the arms come back. Exhale as the arms come forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. And again, the goal here is we're going to try to do 2 sets of 10. Relax the shoulders best you can. Really focus on those deep inhales and deep exhales. One more time. And then go ahead, relax the arms down. Now, as you continue to do this, the goal is that you get a little further range of motion maybe each day you do this. Let's go ahead, bring those arms back up when you're ready. Inhale as the arms come back. Exhale as you come forward. Trying to really expand into the front, back, and sides of the ribs. Relaxing the shoulders best you can. As you inhale and as you exhale. Couple more. Let's do one more. Inhale back. Exhale forward. And then go ahead and bring your hands all the way down to your sides. Maybe again, you need to just take a moment and just focus on that breathing between the next set. Next, we're going to go into what's known as kind of snow angels. Most people know what those are. If you're able to, I want you to flip your palms up towards the ceiling, trying to keep, again, those shoulders relaxed. We're going to start to bring those arms out to the side, and we're going to attempt to come a little higher, if able, than shoulder height. But again, we're trying to keep that pain level under a 4 or under a 5, about a 4 out of 10 if needed. And then we come back down, maybe into that more neutral where you don't maybe feel any sort of pulling. And then arms come up as we inhale. Deep inhale. Long exhale as those arms come down. And again, just like with the rest of the exercises, the plan is over time, we start to see more and more range of motion. Right now, we're trying to find that balance of protecting, the incisions while working through range of motion. Baby steps. Inhale and exhale. A couple more times in this set. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Coming down. And let's go ahead and do another set. And remember, yours might be even a little bit lower than shoulder height initially, okay? And that's okay. Do what you can. Listen to your body. And as you get further out from that surgery, continue to add on a little bit more range of motion. Deep inhale and exhale. Deep inhale and exhale. And again, this movement not only helps with that range of motion, but it helps us manage or helps us prevent any of that lymphedema, which is just that fluid that sometimes can accumulate in the affected extremities, especially again, if any axillary nodes, those lymph nodes have been taken out. One more time, deep inhale and exhale. And if you're able to kind of just roll onto your side and carefully don't put too much work or too much weight into the arms, bring yourself up to that seated position. And again, maybe end with just a few deep inhales, sitting up tall, and exhales. Well done. Remember that Rome was not built in a day, and you have a lot going on, and these little movements may not feel like much, and you may feel frustrated and worried about what things are going to look like going forward. But the best thing you can do is continue to work at that range of motion, at that movement, and you will be able to see that it will improve over time. So stick with it. If you're able to do this series 2 to 3 times a day, that is ideal. Of course, consult with your physician and make sure that everything is looking good and everything is okay before you start any sort of exercise program. But this is meant, again, to get you on your way back to having full function of your upper extremities.